It started like any other cheerful morning on Today, with Jenna and friends. Jenna Bush Hager was beaming, the studio audience buzzing with excitement, and the cameras catching every sparkle in the room as the guest of the day, Kelly Clarkson, walked out to loud applause. The first few minutes were easy, light banter about Kelly's music, her upcoming projects, and a funny anecdote about her kids. But things took a turn when Jenna brought up a recent industry controversy involving Kelly's outspoken comments on music labels and how they treat artists. Kelly's smile tightened ever so slightly, and her tone shifted from playful to pointed. "You know, it's funny," she said. "People love to twist your words until you barely recognize them." The audience chuckled nervously, sensing the tension building beneath her words. Jenna, trying to keep things upbeat, followed with a teasing remark about how Kelly always finds herself in the headlines. But Kelly didn't laugh. She leaned forward, her eyes locking on Jenna, and said, "Yeah, but sometimes the headlines are written by people who don't care about the truth." The crowd let out an audible ooh, and the mood shifted palpably. Jenna attempted a quick recovery, assuring Kelly it was all in good fun. But Kelly's body language said otherwise. She crossed her legs, folded her hands tightly, and gave a short, sarcastic laugh that landed like a thunderclap in the cheery set. What happened next caught everyone off guard. Jenna pushed ahead, asking Kelly if she thought maybe her public image was partly due to how she phrases things. Kelly's face stiffened, her voice low but firm. "So now it's my fault for speaking honestly. Is that what you're saying?" Jenna tried to backpedal, but Kelly wasn't letting it slide. The live audience shifted uncomfortably in their seats, whispering to each other. The segment had gone from light-hearted morning chat to the kind of confrontation you'd expect in a primetime drama. Jenna, sensing she was losing control of the room, attempted to change the topic to Kelly's latest tour. But Kelly cut in sharply. "You can't just brush it under the rug when you've basically accused me of creating my own problems." The studio's air felt thick, every eye trained on the two women as they locked in a silent duel of stares. A producer's voice could be faintly heard in Jenna's earpiece, likely urging her to de-escalate. But before Jenna could respond, Kelly sat back, shook her head, and muttered, "Unbelievable." The tension reached its breaking point when Jenna, in a strained but still polite voice, said, "Kelly, we're all friends here." That was the last straw. Kelly leaned in and said, "Friends don't put each other on blast in front of millions of people." The audience gasped, several people pulling out their phones to capture the moment. Jenna's expression froze in a tight smile, her co-hosts glancing at each other as if to say, "This is going off the rails fast." Kelly stood up abruptly, adjusting her jacket. The camera tried to follow her, but she was already halfway to the edge of the set. "I'm not doing this," she said loudly enough for both the live audience and the millions watching at home to hear. The audience reacted with a mix of stunned silence and murmurs, some clearly unsure whether this was scripted drama or an actual walkout. Jenna remained seated, blinking rapidly, clearly caught off guard. Behind the scenes, chaos erupted. Producers scrambled to figure out how to fill the remaining segment time. One crew member gestured frantically to cut to a commercial, but the live feed lingered a second too long on Kelly's retreating figure. Jenna, still in her chair, let out a slow exhale before plastering on a smile and saying, "Well, we'll be right back." The show cut to a coffee commercial, but the awkwardness had already burned itself into viewers' minds. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips of Kelly's sharp exchange and sudden walk-off flooded TikTok, and Instagram. Hashtags like #KellyWalksOff and #TodayShow drama trended worldwide. Some viewers sided with Kelly, praising her for standing her ground, while others defended Jenna, accusing Kelly of overreacting. The public debate only amplified the moment's virality, turning a 3-minute TV spat into an all-day media circus. By the time the afternoon rolled around, entertainment sites were running headlines like "Kelly Clarkson storms off morning show in fiery exchange." With Jenna Bush Hager, an awkward TV moment has everyone talking. PR teams for both sides issued careful statements. Jenna's team framed it as a misunderstanding during a passionate conversation, while Kelly's emphasized her commitment to honest dialogue. But the video clips didn't lie, and the public was left to make their own judgments. Asterisk that night, late-night comedians were already making jokes about the incident, splicing Kelly's dramatic exit with exaggerated sound effects and slow-motion replays. The next morning, Today with Jenna and Friends opened without a single mention of the clash. But fans could feel the lingering awkwardness. Kelly, meanwhile, posted a cryptic Instagram story with the words, "Respect goes both ways," against a plain black background, a silent yet unmistakable shot across the bow. It was clear that the fallout from this fiery clash was far from over. Jenna tried to pivot the discussion to Kelly's new album, but the mood had already shifted. Kelly leaned forward, her eyes narrowing slightly, and said, "It's funny how you want to talk about my music now, but not about the real stuff that matters to me." The audience was holding its breath, unsure if they were watching lighthearted morning TV or the beginning of something far more intense. Jenna, visibly trying to keep control, replied, "We just want to keep things positive for our viewers." Kelly's laugh in response was short and sharp. "Positive? You mean sanitized?" That one word seemed to land like a punch. Asterisk. The tension was palpable. Jenna's smile tightened as she leaned back, but Kelly kept going, saying she was tired of public platforms avoiding uncomfortable truths just to keep sponsors happy. A few audience members exchanged awkward glances, and someone in the back muttered, "Oh wow," under their breath. Jenna, realizing this was spiraling, glanced at the producers off camera. But Kelly caught it and snapped, "Don't look at them, talk to me." The studio atmosphere had shifted into something raw and unfiltered, and even the other co-hosts seemed frozen in place. Asterisk Jenna tried one last time to smooth things over, saying, "Kelly, we love having you here, but this show is about friendship and light." Kelly shook her head, pushing her chair back slightly. "Friendship doesn't mean pretending. If you can't handle me being real, then maybe I'm on the wrong set." Gasps echoed through the room as Kelly stood up. She didn't storm, but her movements were decisive, her expression unreadable. "Thanks for the coffee," she said dryly, before turning toward the exit. The camera crew scrambled, unsure whether to follow her or cut to a wide shot of the stunned hosts. Asterisk in the control room, producers were frantically debating whether to go to commercial. On air, Jenna tried to laugh it off, but the sound was hollow. Well, that was unexpected, she said, while the audience sat in an uneasy hush. Social media lit up instantly, with clips spreading across TikTok and Twitter under the hashtag Kelly walks off. Fans were divided. Some praised her for speaking her mind, while others accused her of being unprofessional. By the time the segment officially ended, the moment had already gone viral. Asterisk, backstage. Kelly's team was waiting, clearly aware this would dominate headlines. A producer approached, asking if she'd be willing to return for a brief goodbye, but Kelly waved it off. "I said what I needed to say," she replied without slowing her pace toward the exit. Jenna remained at the desk for the rest of the broadcast, but her energy was muted. That evening, entertainment shows replayed the clash over and over, with body language experts weighing in and talk show hosts speculating about what had really happened. Whatever the truth, one thing was clear. Kelly Clarkson's walk-off was now cemented as one of the most talked about moments in daytime television. History Show is about friendship and light. Kelly shook her head, pushing her chair back slightly. "Friendship doesn't mean pretending. If you can't handle me being real, then maybe I'm on the wrong set." Gasps echoed through the room as Kelly stood up. She didn't storm, but her movements were decisive, her expression unreadable. "Thanks for the coffee," she said dryly, before turning toward the exit. The camera crew scrambled, unsure whether to follow her or cut to a wide shot of the stunned hosts. Asterisk in the control room, producers were frantically debating whether to go to commercial. On air, Jenna tried to laugh it off, but the sound was hollow. Well, that was unexpected, she said, while the audience sat in an uneasy hush. Social media lit up instantly, with clips spreading across TikTok and Twitter under the hashtag Kelly walks off. Fans were divided. Some praised her for speaking her mind, while others accused her of being unprofessional. By the time the segment officially ended, the moment had already gone viral. Asterisk backstage, Kelly's team was waiting, clearly aware this would dominate headlines. A producer approached asking if she'd be willing to return for a brief goodbye, but Kelly waved it off. "I said what I needed to say," she replied without slowing her pace toward the exit. Jenna remained at the desk for the rest of the broadcast, but her energy was muted. That evening, entertainment shows